Hello everybody, thank you very much for watching our testimony video. We've got a lovely lady joining us today who's going to give us some information, especially for parents out there, to understand how our art psychology programs and support programs for parents specifically can help you. Now, due to confidentiality, we obviously have taken out who I'm going to call Sharon today, because obviously nobody knows when you come for any support, and obviously we're here to help you. Now, this is specifically today for parents who are experiencing separation within the family or divorce. And Sharon's just going to give us just a quick brief overview of, especially for parents to understand, when you book a consultation with us directly, it's not about doing art. It's basically about giving you skills to understand how the brain grows and develops in the home environment, and to understand the psychology behind especially the arts side of things. So arts meaning you have a creative brain and a logic brain, and how do we get those two to work together without having to do art? So Sharon, can you just tell us, obviously you were in a situation where you had chosen to go through a divorce. What was your child feeling at the time? What were you worried about?
At the time, obviously going through a divorce or an unhappy situation, of course you worry about your children. My child is very sensitive, and obviously it was a brand new experience and he was upset, and I wanted to help him and guide him through an unsettling time.
Okay. So were you frightened you possibly wouldn't have the skills or tools to know what to do when you saw signs appear?
Absolutely, yeah, because obviously everything was new for me. At the time I was going through all sorts of different emotions and worries and fears. So of course this was going to be coming out on my child.
And what were the warning signs for you that made you start panicking a little bit?
He became a little bit angry and upset.
There was short outbursts here and there.
Outbursts.
Change of behaviour.
Yeah, sort of would just... And also at other times it would be the other extreme, we'd go very quiet and very sensitive and tearful.
And clingy?
Needy, clingy, all of those sort of things, okay. Which wasn't like that previously.
Let me know, for parents who need to know that this is not about art, when you booked in a consultation, what actually happened in the consultation? You don't have to go into detail, but what information were you given to help your son?
Okay, all sorts of things, techniques, talking, and also theory-based information and techniques that I could use with my child going forward to put things in place to help.
So was a lot of knowledge and understanding of why your child thinks the way they do, why they react the way they do. And it's not just a phase, it's not just they're being naughty or mischievous, because a lot of people have that assumption, don't they, with children, which is quite destructive for their child going through the whole process.
Absolutely, and it was a process, and it was purely to help. It was like a light bulb moment when I got that information. I could see why these things were coming up. So yeah, huge amount of help.
So after you had implemented the changes that we had suggested, you obviously kept in contact with me to make sure, as and when we had triggers where you needed to adapt to your son directly. How long did the process take from the start that we implemented the changes to obviously him feeling a bit balanced within the changes?
It was a real short amount of time. It was between 6 to 8 weeks. Complete change. Really a lot more balance, no outbreaks, and understanding each other. So yeah, 6 to 8 weeks I would say it was.
And a lot of parents would think that they are failing, that they're doing something wrong. What advice would you have for parents out there who are going through divorce? Or if they're going to book a consultation with us, what would you say to them?
Definitely to come and see you, for sure. I would never have been able to break through and help without coming to see you and have the knowledge. And also it's the upset. You don't want to, the guilt that you carry for this taking place. You don't have to feel like that. It's not necessary. It really is a natural thing. with all this knowledge, it's not just in this situation, you can use it when other things come up as well. So I would still use that now, even though everything is fantastic. So, you know, all good.
Thank you,
Thank
Sharon.
you.
So obviously we've got specific programs to help parents where you can book in a consultation, and there's obviously no pressure, but obviously when you do implement the techniques, they really do work, and it is a quick turnaround. And there's also extra support for parents to do personal development work on themselves through the process to help themselves, obviously, because the more rounded you are and in balance you are, the more your child will be. So yes, thank you, Sharon, for coming through, and any other further questions, just get in contact with us.